what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. Ben in the chat says, seeing as LSU can't run block, maybe we need to pump the brake on that so-called great offensive line. Maybe T-Boy can explain why a very good offensive line can run pass block, not run block. How in the world, Ben?
Why do you not want to use last name?
Well, yeah, because I wasn't going to put him fully on blast because I just want to.
I thought it was maybe your
deride
cousin.
him. No. Hebert, it's less than
I'm kidding. It's the most
Hebert's
popular,
the most popular
last
name in
Louisiana.
As we know, we bang like rabbits. But, and I mean just quickly, Anyway, Ben, how in the world, like, you are that SNL Debbie Downer meme come to life? How in the world you could craft a comment so frustratingly annoying on such a glorious day? You almost need to be given an award because it's and the best part is it's incredibly wrong and dumb. It's incredibly wrong and dumb. Are they the best run blockers? No. But guess what? Not many people are going to be good run blockers against that interior defensive line from Ole Miss. We said it coming into the game. Walter Nolan and company, those guys are different than the average interior you see. And Walter Nolan was very good in this game. And it was a battle on the interior all night long. But we can get into that. But the pass blocking is unreal. Elite, all caps, incredible. Brian Kelly literally talked about it in the postgame, saying the reason why we won that game was the offensive line and the pass protection and all the big moments, giving Garrett the time to let some of these long developing routes come around, make the throws, no sacks against a team leading the nation in sacks. So, yeah, Ben, they're awesome, okay? You nerd, and when you lose him, you're going to be very... look, you're going to be good, right? Brad Davis, I believe in the young line, but like, it's not going to you're probably taking it for granted right now just how elitely consistent the offensive line's pass blocking is.
It is the best in the country. There's no debating that.
Yep.
If you want to debate, I'll debate with you. That's fine. They've given up 2 sacks all season long, and they've gone against how many Sunday edge rushers and defensive linemen? I mean, 10. All right. I know South Carolina, both those edges are going to play.
Yeah.
Pretty much the entire Ole Miss defensive front is going to play. I mean, we could go over and over and over. USC certainly got some that are going to play. You didn't give up a sack against the team that led the nation in sacks. Not the SEC, not the state of Mississippi, the nation in sacks. And you didn't give up a single one. And honestly, it wasn't like there was pressure either. Like, Nussmeier had plenty of time all night long. And when he got pressured, it was honestly because the coverage kind of dictated it. And he had to kind of escape the pocket because the initial read wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, and they played, and that was interesting, man. Ole Miss, knowing they could kind of trust their interior defensive line and to handle the run pretty well on their own. For a lot of the game, they prioritized coverage and making, dropping 8, dropping 7, making Garrett make the reads, or dropping and then green dogging once a guy maybe wasn't out on a route or kind of delayed, almost spy type of blitz. And at first, it was working, and then credit to Joe Sloan, Garrett Nussmeier, Cortez Hankton, the entire offense. The adjustments made, they figured it out, and then they started to find some of the holes in that defense. One thing, this is just a quick side note. I have a million quick side notes, but Joe Sloan's willingness to run the ball on, if it's 3 down territory, to run the ball on 2nd and 10. And then even at the very end, 3rd and 10, game on the line, and yet he runs it to make it 4th and 6. That is so big, that willingness to really understand the situation and have the balls to say, I need to make it a bit more manageable. That's going to open up the playbook. It creates more threats for the defense to have to account for. And sure enough, you were consistently rewarded on 3rd and 4th down by putting your quarterback instead of 3rd and 10 into 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4, 4th and 5, and then Nuss coming through for you.
You know, honestly, it took a lot, because on 2nd down, that probably would have been the move to run the football to make it short. Like, I was like, 3rd down, that's risky. I understand why you're doing it, and I would have loved it on 2nd down. But to your point, T, like, to do that in that situation, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. But it was obviously it was the right call. You were confident in your quarterback that was getting hot. And how about?
And it could pop. Like, it was right on the edge of almost popping through for a 1st down.
Yeah, because
the defense is not ready for it.
Ole Miss tried, like, on 2nd down, I think they would have been. But
yeah.
And then to go for the end zone in that moment, when you had a receiver that was coming across, would have picked up the 1st down. There was no thought of 1st down for Nussmeier. It was touchdown.
I mean, what more can you say about Garrett Nussmeier? Like Jesse says in the chat, Garrett Nussmeier, because he's just got biggins.
There was a portion of the game, if we're being honest with ourselves, that he did not play like he's played all season long. Like,
no, they had him a bit. They had him a bit.
There was a couple of
confused.
throws that Nussmeier hasn't made this year. Throwing it up, jump ball for your tight end Mason Taylor, the interception. There was a couple of times that he looked human. I mean, because this year he's been fantastic and he's made all the right decisions. There was a couple you're like, okay, that's not like him. But for him to be able to kind of go through that in a game, and then when he turned it on, he didn't turn it back off and made the plays that you had to make in the moment. The 4th down throw to Mason Taylor coming across the field.
And the catch was a big time. It was not an easy catch.
I mean, there's a lot of people that wouldn't trust probably their tight end in that situation as well. So, I mean, he more than made up for it. And to be able to go through some struggles in the game when you haven't had struggles this year against the best team that you've played so far this year, and to come out on top because of the plays that you made, I mean, that just shows you kind of the mental makeup of a Nussmeier.
Jake's exactly right. Jake's exactly right. It's not just the plays that were made. It's in the context of a day where you're probably struggling harder than you ever have before in your career, and then you still show up and make the plays. One time this week, we'll look at the touchdown that became not a touchdown to Xavier Thomas, and I get the call. I agree with the call. If the shoe was on the other foot, we would have been yelling no TD. That throw might be the most insane throw I've ever seen from the end zone view. It is. I mean, there's no way that throw should have ever even been able to be reviewed as a potential touchdown, and a great catch by Thomas as well. But the trust, and even though that didn't count, it's the same trust that led to the later scores, the later plays, that willingness to go for it, that gunslinger mentality with a lot of now the edges shaved down and refined. All right, we got
and he ran for a 1st down finally.
Yeah, third and like had to fight through for the last couple yards.
Yeah,
for them 13. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.